The biggest problem the church has always been and always will be, not that we don't understand something in addition to the gospel, but that we don't really understand the gospel. We tend to think of the gospel as this sort of presentation where we believe in Jesus and we're saved, and then we kind of get on to other things in life or in Christian faith. But all the Christian life is applying the gospel to every aspect of our lives. And that's what we want for High Point Church. That's what we need. We need to grasp the gospel on a deeper level, let it grow more deeply in our hearts, and become together the kind of church that Madison needs and the kind of church we all need. So this fall, we're doing a spiritual growth campaign, or journey, expedition, voyage, adventure, whatever you want to call it. But the ultimate goal is for there to be spiritual growth in you.
The leaders here at High Point Church, along with Pastor Nick, chose The Gospel in Life by Tim Keller because it's able to be understood by people who have studied their faith for just a few days or for many, many years. It has great materials that are going to help people in all phases of their spiritual growth to understand and apply what they know about the gospel.
The thing we really love about the Keller book is that it's not just a repetitive gospel presentation, but that it applies the logic of the gospel to all these different areas of our lives where we tend to not think about it. So it talks about the gospel in our work, the gospel in our families, the gospel in how we live in community with others, the city we live in and the city we're going to live in. And it'll drive the gospel deeper into areas of our lives or into sectors of our lives where it's never been before. And that kind of growth is really important.
Starting September 18th, we're going to be all about gospel in life here at High Point. We're going to need for you to participate in 4 distinct ways. Number 1, worship. For 8 consecutive Sundays, we need for you to commit to be here at High Point Church. Number 2, read. We need for you to read the book, Gospel in Life by Tim Keller. Number 3, we need for you to commit to discuss the book in the Gospel in Life groups that are forming right now. And number 4, we need for you to serve, to commit to service October 22nd as we as a church go out throughout Madison to serve.
This probably isn't the first time a church leader has said to you, we're going to go on a spiritual growth campaign or adventure and you need to get on board. But I think the most important thing about this spiritual growth focus that we're going to do is that I think you really are going to learn to see and understand the gospel in a way you never have before. Whether you're new back to church after a decade break or whether you've been studying the gospel for 40 years. You're going to learn about your idolatries. You're going to think through work again. You're going to understand Christian community differently. There's going to be change in how you grasp the gospel and how it continues to grow in your heart.
Worship, read, discuss, serve.
Worship at High Point, read at home, discuss in small groups, and serve in Madison.